Hello, and thank you for joining us for our introduction to the Pear.ai platform. We are joined by Mary Stefanidakis and Ranjan Ezra, who are part of the Pear.ai team.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Today, we will be sharing with you an introduction to the Pear platform, reviewing our key capabilities, as well as our data analytics and reporting features. To get us started, we have taken a poll of our audience and asked some key questions in terms of how they managing their utility expenses currently. And when asked this question, how do you manage your utility expenses? Most of our poll audience is either managing it manually in Excel spreadsheets. They've outsourced this service to another provider, or they're trying to manage it in-house based on some of the platforms they've built to manage the utility process. Another question we polled: do you have daily or monthly reporting requirements, which are key, obviously, to gather all your information, to have a holistic look at all your monthly costs and daily projections. And a lot of our responses are they're not sure in terms of they're interested in learning more and creating reports that would obviously resonate with their leadership team on a monthly basis. These questions, these are questions we've been asking our customers over the last year or so, and that created our problem statement and the need to create a digital experience for our customers when managing their utility expenses. This is the vision of our platform. A lot of our customers on the left-hand side are managing those kind of paper-based utility invoices, either, like we mentioned, either in spreadsheets, in an AP platform. And they have people on their team that are managing, hand-keying all that information from the utility invoices into those manual spreadsheets. Right-hand side, this is Pear.ai. Artificial intelligence, it's scalable, it's personalized, it's customizable. The platform currently manages 15,000 utilities and municipalities across the United States in deregulated and regulated markets. It's an exciting opportunity to take this information, digitize it, and create a lot of reporting capability, which we will show you over the next few minutes. The pillar of our platform, in terms of what we look at, or what we've built on 3 pillars, is intelligent, powered by deep technology to identify abnormalities, look at any inconsistencies with consumption, with charges on your invoices, and where there may be opportunity for efficiencies based on your locations and the behavior of your consumption. It's proactive. At any point in time, if any of our validations that we perform on your invoices, there's an inaccuracy detected, an abnormality, you will be notified. You'll be notified in the platform, you'll be notified in our app, and you'll be notified via email to give you alerts and information in terms of what we have found and detected on behalf of extracting your information from your invoices. And then it's conversational, similar to Siri or to Alexa. If those are interfaces you use in your phone or your home, we have Sam, the first virtual energy expert, conversational UI. Customers are engaging in their data, asking questions of Sam: how much is my invoice? What's my most expensive locations? Do I have a late fee? Getting that information at their fingertips, and key answers. Our platform is different. It's very unique. We process invoices, regulated and deregulated markets across the United States. We currently are extracting power, gas, water, sewer, propane, waste, and fuel oil on behalf of our customers in the platform. We take all those paper, unstructured invoices and structure them in a platform so that they are categorized and summarized in our platform to extract key information: billing ID, meter information, service account, vendor, charges and usage, as well as statistical calculations to ensure that invoice is correct. We're also creating customized location attributes based on your business, obviously gathering information around where that location is located. Is there weather norm that folks are looking at when they look at benchmarking their utility costs as well as their production on site? We are also capturing key information such as square footage, occupancy, if you're running information on customer information, employees, and we can also create hierarchy within our locations. If there's certain divisions or business units or operating status across your locations, we can create and customize all those in the platform for reporting and tracking capabilities.
Mary, sometimes customers ask, how do we bring in data into the Pear.ai platform?
Great question. There's three ways that we extract your information into the platform on behalf of all your utility information. If you have a online utility portal, customer portal, we ask for your permission to extract that information from that portal. If you receive your utility bill via email in a PDF form, we would ask you that you forward that into our platform, and it's automatically extracted into your account. And then there's some instances where we're still receiving paper invoices. We can handle that in a couple different ways. One, we can take that physical bill and have it the mailing forwarded to our platform. Someone opens the envelope and it's automatically extracted into our platform, or it can be scanned. And again, we can forward that right into the platform and automatically extract that information into your account information. At no time is anyone hand keying any of that information into the platform. We have very high quality data hierarchy in our platform, and that is how we extract directly from that invoice.
Right. Another question customers ask, you talked about customer location. Can a customer break out location names within the Pear platform?
That's a great question. So if your organization has, a manufacturing facility, administration facility, a building, a campus, we can create all that nomenclature in the platform and customize it at the location level and track it, according to the type of building or location that is in your footprint. Great questions. In digitizing this utility experience, easy enrollment, we have an onboarding process, very efficient in terms of getting all your information, portal information, vendor information, and to begin extracting, on behalf of all your accounts at each of the locations. As soon as we have the information, we're processing bills as soon as they're available by your utility and suppliers quickly as we extract them and upload into the platform. Every single bill that we extract, there's about 60 different validations that are performed on that one invoice. Is it accurate? Are there any late fees? Any gaps in service? Any updates or changes to a meter or service account number? Is it duplication? As well as, is there any abnormalities associated with any of the consumption or charges that we have noticed on previous periods or months prior? So there's a lot of vetting in terms of auditing that goes on with each and every invoice that we extract in the platform. For each bill that's audited and approved, we can create a custom payment file as well as track any accounting file information you may need by detailed expense categories, and all the requirements that you need for your AP and finance departments. So those are some capabilities that our customers have been enjoying in our platform in terms of creating payment file as well as accrual accounting files as well.
Mary, just got a question. You talk about a lot of reporting. Do I need to come back to the Pear team to get data, or can I download the data myself from the system?
Great question. Every single invoice that we extract is all that information. You can either download an Excel or a CSV file. We also store a PDF. We know that a lot of our customers still need that PDF, obviously for monthly, compliance and auditing. So those are two capabilities that we have in the platform. But every single piece of data we extract from the invoice is available to download in Excel or CSV for additional analysis and reporting capabilities.
Great. You also mentioned the great reporting within the system. Can anyone access it in the system? Can an accounting tax access it? Can a facilities manager access it? Is our system robust?
Yeah, anyone from the customer team, it's a user ID and password, so that permission is granted, by the customer and who from their team needs access. So it's at those permission levels, and anyone in that company group can access the information that we have extracted in the portal.
Great. Thank you.
Like I had mentioned, we perform about 60 different validations on every single invoice, and we've created a bill health report, which gives proactive bill diagnostics, not only where we have found any abnormalities or inaccuracies, but identified, just diagnostics associated with any trends or errors or abnormalities that we found. And we give the customer a breakdown of this of every single month for every single invoice that we extract in the platform. And this has been extremely helpful for customers to look at areas where there could be opportunities for efficiencies, where there's been areas where they've incurred late payments, late charges, as well as duplication of invoices and cancel rebills. So a lot of our customers have benefited from this proactive bill diagnostics that we are providing on every single extraction that we perform every month.
Mary, so when you talk about bill diagnostics, what kind of issues have we found for customers?
The most recent, errors that we have found on behalf of customers on our platform, water is one that has been, we have found inaccuracies based on how that cubic feet of water is being applied to the charge rate. We found inaccuracies in that calculation. We've also found where customers are tax exempt, they are incurring taxes across a variety of their utility invoices and not being aware of it. Also, due to COVID, there's a lot of utilities that are still performing estimated meter reads. So we're getting invoices with estimated meter reads. Those will fall out in the platform for review until we receive an actual meter read and invoice on behalf of that utility for the customer. So those are some of the instances that we have found recently on behalf of our customers in the platform.
Great, thank you.
Some of the reporting and analytics that we provide, and we're going to go on the platform in a few minutes. Like I had mentioned earlier, we have SAM, conversational UI, quick, easy information to data by asking questions directly of SAM in the platform in terms of what's my most expensive location, how much is my invoice, what invoices did I receive for the certain periods. We have portfolio views. These are fantastic dashboard widgets, easy graphics that show key data and comparisons, as well as historical views across different charges, consumption, vendors, locations. They're extremely great for our customers. We get a lot of great feedback. They're easy to create, easy to export as a PDF or CSV for reports, for emails, for a lot of different ways that customers are kind of leveraging those graphics on behalf of their reporting capabilities. We also have Power BI pre-configured workbooks, and these are really robust, detailed analytics and insights into your energy profile across all your locations, all your utilities, and looking at benchmarking as well as different pieces of attributes associated with demand, consumption, charges across locations, square footage, if you have production, or different ways that you look at your location specifics. These are really customizable and bring a lot of great insights into where there's opportunities to look at achieving consumption reduction or energy cost review. So a lot of great details here. And like I said earlier, every single piece of data that we extract is downloadable in Excel or CSV files, and we have some billing extracts, different reports that customers are utilizing in the platform to look at billing details, line items details, so you can query any type of line item across all your utilities in the platform by account, by location, by vendor. There's a lot of robust reporting associated with the platform. And like I mentioned earlier, we have a payment file that we can create, as well as accounting code for accruals and accounting reporting needs as well. So once we get into the platform, you'll see all this, but just want to highlight some of the reporting capabilities that we have in the platform. So now we would like to enter the platform to give you folks a review of our Pear.ai. You're on mute. Okay.
Thank you, Mary. So now we're going to get into the Pear.ai platform. You'd go to Pear.ai to log into the platform. Once you're in Pear.ai, you'll be greeted by Sam. You'll be asked 3 questions: how much was my bill, what is my account number, and my most expensive location. So I'm going to start off with my most expensive location. Within the system, when you click on that, it'll quickly pull up for you your most expensive location. There are other items you can do within the SAM platform. You could see, what else can I do? Here, under bill information, you can look at how much is my bill, can I download my bill, when is my bill due, my account information, my meter number, as well as look at monthly charges, my most expensive location, and my highest unit cost. Just simple queries that you could do with the SAM interface. So if I wanted to look at consumption history, I click on consumption history. It'll ask me for what location, and it'll very simply pull up my 12 months of usage for that location. The next thing I'm going to go over is portfolio view. In the portfolio view, you could look at many different widgets. You could look at highest and electric cost location. You could look at costs broken down by utility type. So looking at how much are you spending on electric, how much are you spending on natural gas or refuge or water. All of this is easily accessible as well as visualized for you. You could look at highest cost location as well as cost by charge type. If you wanted to create a widget, there's a plus widget creation. Here, you will have predefined reports already built for you. So you could look at highest costing location, unit cost, cost by utility type, or charges by vendor. There are multiple reports here that you could look through the system for. Once you select your report, you just hit create widget, and it'll create one of these widgets for you. As Mary mentioned, everything is downloadable in the system, so you can look at full view, and here you can then see your data set, the data tables. You could export via PDF or CSV. That is portfolio view. The next I'm going to go into is analytics. One thing you'll notice with Pear.ai, the navigations are very easy. Everything you want to navigate through a platform will be here on your left. So while this is loading, one thing you'll notice here from a Power BI perspective, you'll get the different tabs in the bottom you can do this for. It is a very robust system to do analytics and drive discussion within your organization. When you go into the welcome screen, you'll be greeted by a summary of all the information we have within the platform. The total number of locations, number of service accounts, meters, count by utility, as well as a breakdown of all your charges. You can see that both graphically as well as numerically by charges by consumption breakdown. In the bottom, there are multiple tabs we can review. I'm going to start off with rank of location. Under rank of location, this will rank your locations from highest to lowest based on the select view that you have. You can look at total charges, you can look at consumption, unit cost, max demand, bill demand, and load factor. So these will give you, by highest to lowest, each of your consumption based on your location. You could also select different utility types, whereas lighting or oil, from having the same analysis for. One thing you could look at is, for example, load factor. If you're looking at load factor, here you can see your highest load factor to your lowest load factor from an efficiency perspective, where you need to drive efficiency gains. The next 3 tabs are very similar: unit cost, charges, and consumption. I want to focus on charges, so you can look at your costs month over month, year over year. So here you have a graphical representation of all your costs for electric month over month, year over year. You could break it down by supply, full service, or distribution. Full service, for example, if I want to look at my water costs, I click on full service, then click on water, and it will then give me a breakdown of all my water costs within the system. One thing you can see is month over month, year over year, what your water charges have been. You could also break it down by location. And if you have location attributes, you could break it down that way as well. Energy Star ratings, a recent LED upgrade, different site managers, you could all break it down within the system. The next tab I'm going to click on is Utility Tree. This is probably my favorite tab to look at because it breaks down all of your charges in one easy, quick location. So here I have all my charges, all of my utility types within the platform. So if I click on electric, it'll bring me to these are my full service, distribution, and supply costs. Who are my vendors associated with my supply? So if I click on Constellation, this will bring up my location. Then this will bring up my accounts that are associated with that location, as well as a meter. So it's a very quick, easy graphical representation of my data set of how much all my costs are and where they're coming from. The next tab I'm going to review is square feet. This is really useful for customers who want to look for energy efficiency gains, where if you have a lot of Subway restaurants or multiple site locations with similar square footage, you can look at this analysis. So in this example, I'm going to look at a certain data set. Here, as you can see from a drop-down, I could pick multiple years as well as multiple months from a drop-down perspective. So if I could then want to look analysis for quarter 1, I could simply do check boxes, and it'll give me my analysis for quarter 1. Here you could see charges on the left, square feet on the bottom, and each of these dots represent each month. Hovering over the dot will give you additional information from an analysis perspective. Here you'd compare all your locations to see which ones might need energy efficiency upgrade. You could also look at it from a consumption perspective. So you could look at kWh and do a very similar analysis. If you want to investigate other utility types, such as water, you click on water, it'll convert it to CCF, which will then give you analysis from a water perspective. Consumption by square feet is a great way to get a better understanding of your account needs. The last tab I'm going to go over is monthly electric demand. Here, under monthly electric demand, I can graphically represent my maximum kWh by month. I could look at it from selecting all my data sets, so I have a better understanding month over month, year over year, each of my locations. Here you can see max demand for each of my locations. Here you can see where was an outlier, and I may want to focus on this location to do energy efficiency upgrades.
John, a few questions. This was very thorough. You walk through electric graphs. Can Pear show me other utility information like water or gas?
Yes. So if I click on charges or if I click on consumption tab, I can look through multiple utility invoices that I have within the system. So this quick drop down will give you the information of looking at all your utilities. If I wanted to see water, I could look at my consumption for water. One great thing about Pear.ai is the fact that a lot of times water is behind the times, and Pear.ai gives you a dashboard to see your water usage month over month, year over year, to get you a better analysis or understanding of that data.
That's great. Another question, Ranjan, if I'm a customer with pass-through charges, either for capacity or transmission, how can I use Pear to help me locate any outliers in these?
That's a great question. I think the monthly electric demand is probably the best tab to look at that. This can, as you know, capacity and transmission are both based on kW charges, so demand charges. And looking at the monthly electric demand will give you a good sense of which locations I might need to reduce my kW to adjust my pricing for capacity or transmission. So this graph will give you a very good representation of where I might need to adjust my costs based on a kW value. Great question, Mary. All right, from here, I'm going to go into reports. As Mary had mentioned, everything in our system is downloadable. So from a reports perspective, you have multiple reports you can select from. You can look at bill details, bill line item, charges by location, efficiency reports, Energy Star, monthly usage, all items you can pick from this report. I'm going to click on bill line items. The reason I want to click on this is Pear.ai is a system that you can search all of your invoices at the same time. Mary talked about that we bring 60 plus pieces of information from invoices into the platform. So if I wanted to search the word tax, I could hit apply, and I could preview a report. And what this will do, it will search the entire Pear platform across all your invoices and pull out the word tax for all those locations being charged tax for. It's a very quick report that you get taxes on to understand from a finance or accounting perspective where you're being charged tax. Other items I could look for is, for example, if I'm doing on-bill funding from an energy efficiency perspective, I could click on type in efficiency, preview report, and it'll quickly pull up my efficiency charges that might be on my bill. So it's a quick, easy report which you can utilize simply within your organization. One other thing you could do is reports can be emailed to you. So whether you want to run a report now or schedule it for later, you could type in your email address, create the report, and emails will be sent to you regarding the reporting. From here, I'm going to go into bills. Every single bill that we get in the system is located here in the bill interface. You can go by vendor, you look at location, or you sort by commodity. I'm going to click into a Constellation bill. Here you can see everything is extracted and placed in a similar format. So regardless of your utility being water, gas, or electric, all the information will be viewed in a very similar manner. The service account, distribution, usage, charges, everything is simply broken down into this platform that you can then look and review. The other thing you can do is, as Mary pointed out, invoices are stored within the platform. Clicking on download PDF will give you a view of that information. Next, I'm going to click into location, wildlife safari. Here, one thing you'll notice is the cost history. So these are the cost history for all the accounts within this one location. One thing you can see, each of the information is calendarized. So each month, how much was March, April, May, June, all broken down by cost. You can look at it from gas, or you can look at it electric. You could also look at it from a consumption history, from a gas or electric perspective, which will give you the terms as well as unit costs associated with this account.
Ranjan, you mentioned that the data is calendarized. You have the data in meter to meter view as well?
Yes, we do. So under the monthly view, if you click on that, that will break down each of the months. And if you go to view details, this will give the actual bill values. So you can look at it from start date to end date, meter read to meter read, which is 29 days. The prorated values for September, which will be only 14 days. But because we do a flat proration, you can see what the value for September is versus just the meter to meter read. And this is really helpful from a budget and forecasting perspective to understand monthly demand and usage that way. The next tab I'm going to go over is weather. We bring in 10 years worth of weather within the system. You can see heating degree days and average cooling degree days. You can also go back historically and see various months and compare month over month what the heating degree days have been and the cooling degree days overall. The last thing I'm going to go over is Energy Star reporting. A lot of locations and states and cities have started doing Energy Star. Within here, we have the Energy Star platform where you can click on and it'll give you additional information from an Energy Star perspective. It is a module we have. We can help customers do some Energy Star reporting there. And then from an AP file, we have AP files where customers here can download and we can help customers customize based on accounting codes any of the payment files that they have in the system. That is Pear.ai as a system in totality. So now we're going to move into solving problems with Pear.ai. As you can see, Pear.ai is a very robust system. We can look at identifying cost savings. We can start looking at rate analysis and incentives, as well as energy efficiency and renewables. We look at internal labor cost savings from analyzing utility bills. Pear.ai can help provide actionable insights, solving bill errors, overall looking at consumption issues. And since Pear.ai is an integrated platform, it can bring in your power, gas, and water bills, as well as sewage and many more, which will have everything in one platform. We can also look from an energy efficiency perspective. We can look at key attributes to find energy efficiency projects. We can look at Energy Star, as well as other reporting needs that you may have. Finally, in summary, the Pear.ai platform is a reporting and analytics platform which will help customers understand their entire utility footprint, starting from data collection, bringing gas, water, electric, sewer, heating, cooling, and waste, and others, to the analytics reporting, to understand using virtual energy expert SAM, visualizing your data, to our bill management and utility management module, understanding and error checking your bills, and creating those files from an AP file system. And finally, if you have any sustainability needs, assisting with from a scope 1 and scope 2 reporting, as well as understanding efficiency upgrades or any Energy Star integration.
Thank you for joining. If you have a question, you can submit it to pear.ai@constellation.com. Check out the Pear.ai website at www.pear.ai.